Hi everyone, we're at the next section now, Groovy. We'll start this section by installing Groovy. We'll then learn about the Groovy Console and GroovyShell. We'll understand Groovy language basics and how object-oriented programming works in Groovy. The Groovy Development Kit, GDK, and dynamic and static programming will conclude this section. Let's begin with the first video now. That's installing Groovy. In this video we're going to install Groovy and work with GroovyConsole and GroovyShell. We'll start by installing Groovy. Installing Groovy is not much different from the other languages covered so far. Using your favourite browser, visit the Groovy homepage. Find the Download section. Click the prominent Download button. This will start the download of a zip file. The download will take some time. Extract the file to a convenient place on your system. Open the folder, go to its bin directory, and add it to your system's path. Go to System Security, Enhanced System Settings, Environment Variables. Then click on Path, and then the Edit button, and then add the bin directory here. Click on OK and close this. Groovy is bundled with two REPL environments, the GUI-based GroovyConsole and the text-based GroovyShell. Let's validate the installation by launching the GUI application, GroovyConsole. Launch a new command prompt and run the command GroovyConsole. This will launch the GroovyConsole. This is a convenient program to run small Groovy scripts, and we'll use it during this section. As mentioned earlier, Groovy comes with two REPL environments, GroovyConsole, desktop GUI application, and GroovyShell, text-based shell. Both can be used to try out the snippets in this section. First, let's learn about GroovyConsole. GroovyConsole is a user-friendly desktop GUI application that can be used to interactively write and execute Groovy code. We'll concentrate on its most commonly used features, but it's worth mentioning that it has some sophisticated features for advanced users as well. We've already run the GroovyConsole launch script on the command prompt. This launches the GroovyConsole. The upper part of the screen is where you enter your Groovy code, while the bottom part displays the output and other relevant information. Let's try to enter a snippet of code. In the upper part of the window, enter these two lines. Press Ctrl and R, or the Find button with the Execute Groovy Script toolkit on the toolbar and click it. In the lower window, you'll see that the executed code is printed and finally a number in the 0 to 9 range is printed to the window. GroovyConsole always prints the last value that was evaluated. Run the script a few times. You'll see that each time the new output is placed below the previous output. GroovyConsole has quite a lot of customization options. Here's a description of some of the more useful options in the View menu. Some other notable features are, by pressing Ctrl and /, you can comment out or uncomment the current line or selected lines. So, if I want to comment this line, I'll press Ctrl and /. You can add directories and/or jar files to its class path by choosing Script, Add Jars to the class path, and Add Directory to the class path. This is a great feature when you want to dynamically explore an API of an external library or toolkit. You can both save and load existing scripts with Groovy code by using the File, Open, and File, Save options. Now we'll see GroovyShell. GroovyShell is the more traditional text-based REPL shell. To start it, run the GroovySH launch script from the bin subdirectory. So go to CMD. I'll terminate this, then give the path of my bin directory. Then type GroovySH, enter. Here my GroovyShell is started. Most commands are prefixed with a colon. To get a list of commands that are available, enter the "help" command. There's also the question mark shortcut. For example, for more information about the show command, you can enter $show. To test the show command, enter these commands one by one. A list with variables and their values will be shown. The underscore entry represents the last evaluated value, which was 42 in our case. To exit, enter either :exit or :quit. Great, our Groovy is successfully installed for use.